What's up, Beastie? Let's talk about our week. What's up, Beasties? It's me, Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you are having a lovely Sunday, and I hope you're ready to just hang out with me, have a drink like the coffee I placed before you, have a snack like the Christmas cookie I set before you, and join me for some just chill time to talk about what I read, what I watched, what I did, life, reading, and all the things in general. So, without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's talk about this weekly wrap-up. You have a little sip of my coffee real quick. That's good. All right, so I didn't get into any of my December reads yet. I am now, as we speak, but this week I focused on finishing up Platinum Tinted Darkness by my good friend Timothy Wolf, and I really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to be diving into the second book since I have all three. I'm going to be diving into the second book very soon. I really enjoyed it a lot. It focuses on our well, there's multiple POVs, but one is the person on the front here, which is Serena. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. So Serena is a guardian. She's a crystal mage. And it is the guardian's job to protect the realm and the kingdoms from the harbingers and the gods. And one that is always trying to talk in her head and get her to come to the dark side is Death. But there's a lot of creepy stuff in here, but it's very cool. The other POVs that I really enjoyed following were Zine, who is just kind of like a soldier, but it just has a really good heart, really wants to do good, and has kind of like a special connection with Serena, from a time where they both kind of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? They didn't save each other, but, well, I mean, there are times when they do, but early on they come across each other during a battle, and they kind of take turns sparing one another when they have the upper hand, and they just kind of have a little connection. And then we have David, who is a guardian, kind of the head of the guardians, is one of the few characters you see in this darker world full of politics and battles and people kind of trying to further their own interests. He's one of the few that really holds true to what he believes in and wants to do what's right. And that's kind of where it kicks off from there. There's these factions going against one another, but then in the backdrop, the bigger picture, there's the harbingers and the gods trying to wipe out and do bad things to humanity. So they've got that bigger thing where they really need to find a way to not squabble with each other. But of course, we always do. So it was really good. The magic stuff in it is awesome. And I just love Timothy's writing. Loved it from his novella that I've talked about a million times with Mute. And I love getting to see it in a whole book. And I love seeing him not do first person, but third person with multi POVs and different characters and interactions, and seeing it from different characters' perspectives. And that was really good. So I highly recommend this. It was a lot of fun, and it was very cool. So I can't wait to read the next one in this. Then I wanted to finish up The Ranger by E.H. Bradley. And this was another good book. I'm going to be having E.H. Bradley on the show this week. We'll talk about that in a little bit with channel plans. But this is just cool. A lot like the cover. Very like classic, cozy feel. It focuses on Aridin, who is a ranger. His dad was a famous ranger. He's always wanted to be a ranger. He finishes, training and school to become a ranger. And then he goes off on his adventures, and he comes back to kind of his hometown, connects with some people, especially a young lady, and she plays a big role in the story. But he goes to see a wizard that was kind of his father's mentor and good friend of his father, and now he's going to be his and this wizard can send crows out for messages, and they get sent back when people need help. So it starts off kind of with like a case of the week kind of thing, where he sends them to this farm to check out these missing goats. There's a bigger thing going on with evil. There's a darkness coming to the land, and it's going to be up to him and the allies he makes along the way to solve the mystery and save the land. So it's very good. I really did like the way that it balanced that classic feel and the cozy feel and the interactions with the characters and the descriptions of food, and that feel of just being on the road, with whatever companions he was with. It had that good feel. But then when the fighting took place, like, he took people out. Aridin wasn't messing around, which was kind of cool, because you get into this cozy thing, and then all of a sudden there's this enemy or this monster that he has to fight, and it's kind of scary. And then the fighting gets quite gruesome, which is good. So it was a good combination of all. I think it was a great and fun read. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to talk to EH about it this week. And then I don't have it physically, but, okay. So next, I should say, I did not read any novella, short stories, or anything like that, because I was focused on getting these done. I wanted to get these done to get going on everything I had for December. So now I will. So now, of course, I'm like a week behind on my Advent short stories. So gonna be going on those, trying to read some of those and start doing some shorts to catch up on that. But I did read graphic novel. I read the next thing in the Something is Killing the Children. We had kind of taken a step back for a bit and looked at Erica Slaughter, the MC's past as a child, and how she kind of got to become an assassin of monsters and stuff. And then now we're back kind of in present, and the last one I read kind of set up what was going on, and now we're furthering that story. She's in a town trying to track these monsters. People are dying. What's going on? And there is, because she kind of does things to help people first and foremost, she doesn't always follow the code of these assassins. They've got their own assassin they hired to come after her. So it's cool to see the going back and forth. And then there was quite a twist where a character that I really liked got offed. So it was kind of sad. So we'll see what develops from that. But I just love that series. If you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. It was good. And then still continuing on, manga-wise, just focusing on Berserk. It was a new month, so I got my new Hoopla things, so I got some more volumes to read there, which is great. So yeah, I'm really loving it. Still trying to get through the Conviction arc, just working my way through it and enjoying it. So it's good stuff. So that's all I really read this week. It was a busy week for a lot of things. So before I talk about that, well, I guess I can talk about that. Hold on. So it's a busy week. I had a lot of stuff going on at home and at work and on the channel. So life-wise, just busy. Had my daughter's Christmas program, so that was busy. I had some things going on at my church. I like to do the praise team, so I had a praise team practice one night. I had work, of course, all week. I did have a snow day, though, which was pretty fun. We got a pretty nasty storm one day. I actually lost power for a few hours and had a snow day, so that was cool. But I had a lot of work to do that I would have done at work anyway, so that didn't really help me read. But it was still cool to sleep in a little bit and have a snow day. My daughter did a great job at her Christmas program. Here's a picture of her. She looks adorable. She did a wonderful job. That was a lot of fun. I always love going to those. And then on the channel, I had, this week I had 3 live chats, which was awesome. I'll talk about that in a little bit. I did 3 cover reveals, which was busy, but a lot of fun. So yeah, it was just a busy week. So I wanted to just focus on those books because I knew I'd be busy. But now I can get into the December stuff so we can talk about what I'm going to be reading this week. All right, so this week I am going to be, let's do this. So I'm going to be getting more in and being able to focus more on Demon and White. I did read a little bit, not much, because I was focused on the other things, but that is going to be something I am excited about focusing on this week. And then when on ebook, I've got the physical copy too, because it's such a beautiful cover. But when I need a break from Demon and White, or if I'm somewhere I can't read it physically and I have my phone or my reader, I'm going to be starting to read Idyllic Stone by Alex Shorman. I'm excited to read this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be working on both of those. Novella-wise, I'm of course going to be going through my Advent of Winter stories. Going to start really focusing on those now that I got caught up on what I needed to. But I also am going to read this. I'm going to be having the Forbes brothers on in a couple weeks, so I want to get this prequel novella read before I have them on. And then if you watch Tripoli's Book Mail, I got a fun holiday horror book that's a mashup of Hallmark movie, rom-com stuff, and slasher films, so I'm excited to read You Better Watch Out by Matt Forget. So I'm just going to read this a little bit, not at a time, when I need a break from the other stuff or just for fun. A little Christmas holiday fun. Those are both the same thing. Christmas horror holiday fun. Same thing still. And then graphic novel. I was going to read this last week, but didn't because I was reading Something Is Killing the Children, so definitely going to read this. I'm excited to read it, The Hunger in the Dusk. And then manga, of course. Just going to keep going through Berserk. So that's what we'll be reading this week, and I'm excited about it. All right, and then on the channel, last week was pretty fun. I had some awesome guests on the channel. Early in the week, I had on author Cal Logan, who is the author of Shadowbane. I had a lot of fun talking to Cal. He is such a cool guy. We talked a lot about our love of grimdark and what some of his other inspirations through video games and TV and movies. And he was just a lot of fun to talk to, an awesome guy. So definitely check out the replay of that if you were unable to be there live. And then Thursday night, I had JCM, Joe Byrne, the author of Wistful Ascending, the Hybrid Helix series. Joe was such a nice guy. It was so awesome to have him on. He was one of the big authors that I really wanted to get on the channel when I first started doing this. I loved Wistful Ascending, and he's just such an awesome guy. So it was so fun to talk to him, pick his brain a little bit about writing, publishing, his journey, and just talk in general to him, because it's just such a lovely human being. It was a lot of fun to talk to him. And then Saturday, I was able to have on Parker C. Wilson, who is the author of Excalibur's Pendragon, and he is such a nice guy. It was so fun to talk to him. We just nerded out about fantasy, our love of fantasy and books, and got to pick his brain about writing and self-publishing. I just love doing that. You know, as a writer myself who's kind of starting off on that journey, I love hearing about what other authors do and how it's gone for them. So that was fun, and Parker's just such a nice guy. Definitely check out all those replays if you have not seen them yet. They were a lot of fun, and those guests were awesome. So because of all those, and then my daughter's Christmas program, I did not do any other videos this week. I did, all the usual shorts and stuff, but I just had those lives, and then cover reveals. I did a cover reveal for 3 of them. So I did one for Scott Palmer for the sequel to Memory of Song, The Chorus of War, which is an awesome cover. There it is right there. And then I did a cover reveal for Anna Bassett, who's going to be on the channel end of January. And I'm going to be reading his short story Cyberpunk collection set in the same world. He has a short book coming out, and I did the cover for that. And then the next day, in the middle of the week, I did one for Lady Drakeslayer for Bill Adams, which is the sequel to The God's Blood Tragedy. Beautiful cover right here. I always have fun with those. Those are great, and I love helping out those authors. I was so happy they asked me to help them out. I just wanted to shout out those authors. It was a great week on the channel. Saturday I did Tripoli's Book Mail. Got some cool stuff. And then today we're doing this. So I've been doing the question of the day. Those have been at night. I haven't been getting a lot of views on them. They YouTube has changed the algorithm. I used to get a lot of those doing them later at night, and now I'm not getting much. So I need to make sure I do them a little earlier so that hopefully most of you beasties catch it or can catch it the next day. But I love doing those. So whether I get a lot of views or not, doesn't really matter. But they're just fun to do at the end of the day after I see what the winning vote is. So speaking of the question of the day, there is one up now. So make sure you go after this and vote if you have not yet. This week coming up on the channel, I have some awesome Beast Friend Forever guests I'll tell you about in a second. But video-wise, I do want to do a wrap-up of November. I haven't done a monthly wrap-up for a while, where I kind of show you guys behind the scenes at some of the channel stats and things like that. Pick my book of the month, my novella of the month, graphic novel of the month, manga of the month. Obviously, manga of the month is going to be Berserk, because that's all I've been reading manga-wise, but the rest could be a surprise to you. So yeah, that's good stuff. So I do want to do that. And then I do have a fun video planned that I want to do this week. I've been thinking a lot and doing some question of the days and mention things about like how my kids love reading when they're little and I read with them. And then when they're in like late elementary or middle school, they love to read on their own and they're on fire for it. And then they get into high school and that just drops off. And I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think social media, having so much to do at their fingertips and videos and things like that. And also like most kids saying, oh, it's not cool to read. And then, they don't want to not be cool. And then they also have to read for assignments, certain books that they don't always enjoy. So anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of a video on, not so much on that. I think I do want to do a video on that eventually, but mostly like I want to do a fun video on places to start in fantasy sci-fi for kids, which I think would be cool. So taking a look at like stories that you could read to your kid when they're really little that are in that area, in that those genres, and then elementary and middle school and high school, young adult, all that stuff. So I think that'll be fun. Want to do that. And then, yeah, I've got a lot of other videos I want to do, but I'm not going to mention them in case I don't get to them, because I do have 3 lives this week that I want to talk about for Beast Friends Forever. So on Monday, tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST, I am having E.H. Bradley, author of The Ranger, on. We're going to hang out and chat. That's going to be awesome. It's a little bit earlier because he's across the pond. So we need to do it earlier to make it work for him, which is cool with me. So we're going to do that at 5 o'clock. Hopefully you guys will be there. Look for links and updates on the socials in the channel soon. And then on Tuesday, the next day, I am meeting with Rob Mortel, author of Tales and Treasure, who I had to reschedule with because of me being sick. So we're going to finally get to meet, and I can't wait. Rob's awesome, so that'll be a lot of fun. That's going to be at 8 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it could be 7, but I think it's 8. I have it written down somewhere. I'm super excited to talk to those guys. And then one that I just kind of nailed down in the last couple weeks that just blows my mind that this is even an opportunity for me. I'm so excited. I am going to be having on Saturday, December 14th at 7 p.m. on Beast Friends Forever with little old me, Mike from Mike's Book Reviews. I know. I'm so excited. Mike was like the so many things. The first booktuber that I found when I found BookTube and was getting back into reading that I really like connected with and just felt like that's my dude. Like I don't know. Like I love his videos. He feels like he's just talking to you. He's super chill, funny. But being a dad and being a guy in my 40s, like I don't know. I just connected with him, and he's just a really cool guy. He's into sports and football, just like me. And yeah, I just loved, we read the same things. And so he was just somebody that really helped me get back into reading and was part of that journey for me. So him and his channel mean a lot to me, but also his health and weight loss journey of doing keto and stuff like that he's talked about before. That was a huge inspiration to me. And Before I found BookTube, where I am now, I've lost like 50, 60 pounds. So that's a big thing to me too. So yeah, it means a lot to me. So I'm really excited that he has a big following. He is a busy guy, but he took the time to respond to a message I sent him, and we've been chatting, and he's just such a great person. And I can't wait to have him on. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to that, because I know cannot wait to talk to him on Saturday. So that's kind of what's going on with the channel. Of course, I'll do Triple Lou's book mail too on that Saturday morning. We'll see what we get in. I don't know. I don't know if I even have anything coming in this week. We'll see. We might have to do something different that day if I don't get anything in. But I think I have a couple things coming. And then I do want to get back to Beast Tea Weekly. I want to do my news stuff, so that's probably going to be Friday. Hopefully, that's the plan, just because I don't have any lives Wednesday or Thursday. So I should be able to record and get Beast Tea Weekly in. And speaking of Triple E's book mail, I did get something in this morning that came, and I don't want to wait all the way till Beast Tea Weekly, because I don't want to wait all the way till Triple E's book mail. So you're going to see it open up live right here, right now. Here we go. And this is a fancy little novella that I cannot wait to read. It is Unlucky Evens, Cursed Odds by Bill Adams, who is the author of Lady Drakeslayer and God's Blood Tragedy. This lovely little sci-fi novella. Look at that beautiful cover by Dewey Conway. Looks fantastic. I'm excited to read this, and Bill is an awesome guy. Let me tell you what it's about. It says, the hateful path, that of the ninth born. The survival of the Ark, humanity's last bastion after God's wrath destroyed the world, is balanced by birth order. The odd-born are assigned a path, the even-born are given over to the will of God, and it is upon those of the ninth-born path to sanitize the evens. John 59129's first walk as a Niner is the same day the scientists of the Ark plan to defy God by seeking to turn back time. An electrical surge sends John past the safety of the Ark into an unblemished world, a glimpse of perfection, of all the even-born saved. But when John awakes, he's back in the Ark, 20 years after the failure to harness time. Was the encounter real or just a dream caused by his accident? Are those in charge of the Ark keeping the oddborn caged? Is God the monster, or is it mankind? For John 59129, to find out before his own child is born, he must be willing to play the odds. Sounds really cool, and I'm excited to read it. It's going to be on the docket ASAP. Probably, I want to say next month, but probably this month, because I'm excited to read it. So yeah, we're just going to put that on the read this week pile, just in case. So that's a lot of stuff. The only other thing we need to talk about is what I watched, and didn't have a lot of time for TV this week. I did watch another episode of Penguin, and I have one left, and then I'll be caught up on that. I didn't watch any Superman and Lois. Got to get caught up on that. And I do want to watch the new the Dune prequel. Haven't watched that. And I think Creature Commandos from DC and James Gunn is out or coming out. So I want to watch that. But yeah, not a lot of update on the watching front because I didn't have time this week. Similar to my writing this week, writing update, just plugging along, making sure I do a little bit every day. And it was a little bit every day this week. Just working through the beginning of a prequel novella, working through like the 4th chapter in the main book 1 of my trilogy, or more. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, just plugging away, getting routines down, getting used to writing every day. Nothing major to report, but I think starting next week I'll keep track of like words written or pages or something, so that I can kind of have a little counter up here to let you guys know. But for now, just know I'm writing every day, and yeah, I'm hoping in 2025 to release something. So later in 2025, of course. But that is it. So thank you for joining me for this weekly wrap-up. I hope you had a good time just hanging out and chatting with me. I hope you had a great weekend, like I said. And if this is your first time here, then I would love to have you subscribe. Consider subscribing. Or if you're not ready to yet, that's okay. I've got lots of content you can check out. Either way, I'd love it if you'd hit the thumbs up. Helps the channel grow. And also, if you do decide to subscribe, you'll become a beastie, part of this great community of lovely people. And we'll be beast friends, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah. And for those of you who are here, the beasties who are already subscribed, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know if you've read any of these, what you think of them. Let me know what you're reading this week, what you read last week, or just say hello, because I love to chat with you. I respond to every comment, and I look forward to it. So, again, thank you. I appreciate it. I always appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed this one, and until I see you in the next one, devour your TBR, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.